Good morning and welcome to a delayed episode of Leading Your Flock. Sorry it's been a while, but a lot of things have happened in the last several months. Just getting over COVID this week, and we've done okay, but just thankful. We're on our last day of this year 2020 that a lot of us would love to forget about and move on to the next year. So at the same time, we look back and say that, God's been good through it all, and we have a lot to be thankful for. And there's a lot of things that we can look at and say didn't go as planned, a lot of schedules that had to be changed, a lot of things that got canceled. But in the end, God was faithful through it all. I know that one of the things that's been a blessing to me through this time is something that I completed this morning. And that is a goal that I had set last year to try to get 30 minutes of exercise every day in 2020. Of course, COVID actually helped that because I had a little bit more time to achieve those goals. But one of the ways that I've been doing that the last few years, trying to keep track of my time, is through this watch that I've got, and it has a goal that every day I'm supposed to get 30 minutes of exercise. And that's not huge. It's not like CrossFit or anything that intense, but it's something that's needed for me. I knew that some of those other programs were going to be tough for somebody like me to be able to do, and sometimes my schedule gets kind of crazy. But I thought, you know what, I can give 30 minutes every morning to going on a brisk walk. If I walk too slow, if it's too leisurely, I don't get credit for it. And so I've got to keep up my pace. But I've tried to do that every day. And some days have been harder than others. Sundays are always hard because I get to the church earlier. But I've tried to get through every day with 30 minutes of exercise. And if it's raining hard, I have to find some other ways of doing that. But I want to just encourage you today, as you close the door on 2020 and look at 2021, what is your vision for who you want to be? One of the things that helped me was that I knew I wasn't going to be like this intense workout kind of guy, but I knew that I needed to get healthier, and I knew that I needed to create better habits, and I knew that my prayer life needed some work. And so what I tried to do was to set aside this 30 minutes to pray and walk. I don't put in earbuds. I just try to pray. I go around my neighborhood, and I have about a 2-mile trek that I do. And in that 2 miles, I go through the Acts acrostic. Several of you know about this. Adoration, giving praise to God. Confession, a time of just saying, God, I'm sorry for falling short. A time of thanksgiving and a time of supplication, or asking God for certain things. And I kind of have my neighborhood mapped out in such a way that I kind of know by the time I make a certain turn on a certain road that this is the next section of my prayer that I should be on. And so that kind of helps keep me on track. I know that if I get to a certain part of the neighborhood and I haven't started praying for my family yet, then I need to get focused. And I'll be honest that this past year in 2020, it's been a hard year to stay focused. I've been distracted, and I'll go for a block or two and my mind will be somewhere else. And in those moments, I just try to confess that to God and apologize to him, but then say, God, help me take these thoughts captive and give them back to you. And so I'm telling you all that not to say that it's some huge feat spiritually, but to tell you quite the other way, that if you're wanting to make some improvements in life, start small and just try to make that a habit every day. Years ago, I heard about a Bible for students whenever I was in youth ministry called the 1 Minute Bible. And I thought, that's terrible. Why would 1 minute be our goal? That's nothing at all. And yet, whenever I read about the whole concept of the devotional, it was to create habits. And if you can start with 1 minute every day, giving it to God and reading scripture, then 2 minutes isn't that hard because it's just your habit. And to be honest, 1 minute, you'll get there and you'll breeze past that in no time. But what kind of habits do you want to start building? Start small. Don't try to be lifting 400 pounds on your first day. That's going to hurt you, and it's going to set you back. So start small and create some habits. I'm definitely a streak kind of guy. And so to have a streak going from December 31st of last year to December 31st of this year, I thought in my mind several days whenever I didn't want to get out and do some exercise, what would prevent me from keeping this streak going? What is it that would stop me from doing that? And is it a rainy day? Is it a bad mood? Is it COVID? You know, several opportunities to stop a streak, but I just decided that if I was going to keep a perfect score going throughout the year, then I wasn't going to let little things stop me. Today it's 25 degrees outside, and so I had to put on a few extra layers and put something over my face, and that helps a whole lot on these cold days. But my encouragement to you in 2021 is start small. You don't have to be this superhuman at any point, but just start something small and create a habit. And it's been a blessing to me. I appreciate you letting me share it with you today. Don't share it with you to brag, because it's only 30 minutes a day. It's not a big deal, and it's only walking. It's not even running. I admire you guys that run, but for me, it's been a good habit and a good experience. And celebrate with me today. It's 365 days of 30 minutes worth of exercise. So anyway, God's going to continue to bless you this year, and I pray for his blessing on you as you set out for your goals in 2021. God bless you.